So today we're going to be doing rear wheel bearing on a 2006 Expedition Limited. Expedition doesn't matter. First problem, how you know that you have a wheel bearing issue, aside from noise, is when you get it up in the air, I don't know if you can tell, but I got some play in there. This bearing shot. So I'm going to go through it with you step by step. One, obviously, take off your center cap, just use a flathead. Two, you're going to need a 21mm for the lug studs, lug nuts. And then you're going to need a 35mm for the axle nut. Now let's take off the wheel. Okay, the wheel's off. We got now 18mm to take off the caliper. Get one right here. And then you got one right here. You're just taking off, you're not taking the caliper off from the bracket, you're taking the whole bracket off. You don't need to, unless you're doing brakes, then yes. But you don't need everything to be coming off right now. And I was having a little difficulty because I used blue Loctite the last time I put this together, which is something you should do, but it's a pain in the ass to get it out next time. So, ow. I'll get this off. Alright, caliper's off. Next thing you're going to want to do is take off the rotor. Now, obviously, over time, it does get frozen to the hub itself. Right now, I have the truck in neutral. That's something you're going to want to do, but it's still difficult to turn. You're going to want to, if it is frozen like mine, take a hammer with like a 2x4. You know, give it a good couple whacks in this area. Rotate it, do it again. Rotate it, do it again. And you're going to have to really hit it. I mean, when I was doing the other side, that guy, he was, actually the wheel bearing over there was much worse. It's a good, real, you know, a good couple swings with a 3-pound sledge. So let me take care of that and I'll get back to you. Alright, so it's ready to come off. Also, if you're just replacing your rotors anyway, you're just doing brakes, just hit the rotor. It ain't going to hurt anything else. So it's ready to just come right off right now. And then you got your parking brake in there. Which, last time when I did this, I took apart the whole parking brake assembly. Because I didn't think I was going to be able to get the bearing out without doing it. There's your bearing right in there. This guy, that flange. You got 4 bolts to hold that in. There's one here. And you got another one right there. This is an 18mm. It's difficult to get a socket in there on some of these areas, on some of these bolts. I was just using a wrench last time. But this is what you're replacing. You're replacing the whole thing. It's all one unit. Going back to the parking brake. I did some reading online, and it doesn't look like I have to take apart the parking brake to get the hub out. So I'm going to try that this time, because getting it back together without the proper tools was a little bit of a pain. So, alright, next thing I'm going to do is take my 35mm socket, which was here. What the hell did I do with it? And then we're going to just loosen that up. And then leave the nut on the end of the spline, on the end of the threads here, so you can give it a good couple of whacks, because this is the splines of the axle. I think it's got 176,000 miles on it. Are gonna be a little frozen to the splines on the hub itself, the hub bearing itself. So just loosen it up, put some spray some stuff in there, WD